who gate-crashed my birthday party, called me Julie, and spilt red wine down my top.
Ouch.
I'm not good at this.
Maybe we could just be friends. Well, it means a perfect union of opposites.
It means wear some socks.
What drew you to this project? We can start with that.
Say again, sorry?
What drew you to this project?
I think initially it was the character, you know, of Dexter. You know, it was a really different sort of character to anything I'd sort of played before. And you know, he's a big personality, so there was a lot there to kind of get your teeth stuck into. And he goes on a pretty, you know, life-changing journey for himself. You know, he's making a lot of mistakes, and he sort of learns a lot about himself, and hopefully tries to sort of redeem what he has left. You know, so I mean, that was the initial sort of taking of it, and the idea that I didn't particularly like him at first, you know, was interesting to play someone. I know those kind of types of people. You know, when you live in London, you see them hanging around all the swanky bars in Soho, and you know, they're not people that I, you know, would sort of mix with in my everyday life. So that was kind of fun. But then also you know, once you know I read the story and read the book, I mean, it's so addictive, you know, wanting to learn more about these people's lives. And then obviously just to know that it was going to be in the safe hands of a director like Lona, you know, Scherfig, who I'd seen in Education, and so I kind of thought, well, you know, if I was ever going to do a romance film, you know, then this would be the one to kind of go for. You know, it was very sort of special and had a real sort of classic feel about it. And I thought, well, if anyone's going to really pull this off, it'll be Lona. You know, she'd be able to weave through the sort of comedy and the drama and the tragedy and the romance, you know, pretty effortlessly.
You know, we've never actually met.
Actually, we have. Several times.
Oh, have we?
You gate-crashed my birthday party, called me Julie, and spilt red wine down my top.
Ouch. Well, I'm sorry about that.
No, not at all. You were delightful.
No, was I?
No. No, you weren't.
Look, if you're not Julie, then...
I'm Emma.
Emma.
Emma Morley.
Emma Morley. Oh, listen, I'll walk you home.
Speaking of romance, Jim, what would you have done if you and Anne Hathaway couldn't stand each other?
Had to act a lot harder, probably. Yeah, just bury your head in the script and hope for the best. But you know, luckily that wasn't the case at all. But yeah, I mean, sometimes you know, acting is acting, and you have to pretend. You know, that's what it is.
You did a chemistry read with her. What was that like?
Yeah, that was it was pretty intense. You know, it sort of feels like a bit of a blind date with a very famous person, with sort of 4 people all watching to see if you have any chemistry. You know.
Well, your character has to deal with becoming famous and how that changes him in the eyes of his original friends.
Yeah.
I'm curious, as you get more successful and you work more and more, are you finding any of that in your own life?
No, not at all. Not at all. You know, I sort of, you know, you make the film and that's this whole experience, and then obviously the promotion and the premieres and stuff, but you always go home and it's always exactly the same as it ever was, you know. I think with Dexter, I think other than Emma, I don't think he's ever had any friends, really. I think he has drinking buddies and women that he slept with, but that's a very different thing, and I think, you know, not only is Emma the first sort of friend he's ever had that's a girl, but I think she's truly the only friend he's ever had, you know. So he doesn't really have that sort of foundation of people, you know, I suppose. But yeah, he's like that anyway, you know, he has that huge lust for life and that want to kind of experiment and, you know, make the most of every situation. So yeah, giving him the possibility of celebrity and fame is, you know, a rag to a bull, really.
Well, that stuff's behind me now, so...
Really, what happened? Sex in toilet cubicles lose its bittersweet charm?
Well, an orgy won't keep you warm at night, yeah.
An orgy won't look after you when you're old.
That's it. You know, I screwed up my career. And screwed up things with Mum.
That's not true.
I screwed up my friendships. And then Sylvie just came along. And she sort of, well, saved me, really.
She's very beautiful.
Of course, she has absolutely no sense of humor.
Just as well. Sense of humor's overrated. Goofing around all the time. The only time Ian ever really made me laugh was when he fell down the stairs.
Well, you know, Sylvie says she doesn't like to laugh.